This video was brought to you by Verve. Check out the link in the description or head to verve.co/gaijin for a limited 30-day free trial of ad-free viewing of 12 amazing channels.
Hey, what you watching?
Oh, dude, Gegege no Kitaro.
Gay what?
Alright, so do you remember that really old anime that was about that weird, creepy kid that lived with a bunch of yokai and solved mysteries and incidences between the human world and the spirit world?
Vaguely.
Well, it's getting a 2018 reboot, and I thought now's as good a time as any to get in on it. Besides, dude, it looks really good. Oh, shh, it's starting!
Oh, hello. チャラトミチャンネル、チャラトミです。これから渋谷のスクランブル交差点のど真ん中で信号無視したらどうなるかやってみるね。
Andy, no, Andy! Andy, what are you doing? You're in the middle of the street, bro!
No.
チャンネル登録お願いします。
No!
お前ら脇役、俺主役。
Hey everyone, Gaijin Goombah here, and boy, where do I start with this video? Gegege no Kitaro, or Creepy Kitaro, originally conceived in 1960 by historian and manga author Shigeru Mizuki, is an episodic, ongoing story of a half-human, half-monster child who acts as a sort of medium between the mortal and spirit worlds, solving mysteries and defeating malicious monsters and spirits that would threaten humanity week after week.
But you make this sound like just another boring kids anime. While modern takes on the series have some all-ages appeal, let me clarify that the origins of Kitaro involve him climbing out of the womb of his dead yokai mother and then out of her grave. His human father was diagnosed with a, quote, melting disease, which eventually took his life, but so strong was the love for his son that he willed his soul into his last surviving body part, his eye, and now acts as Kitaro's sage on yokai knowledge. I don't know how you can make that any more metal.
Tja. And as you may have guessed, the show revolves heavily around the folklore of yokai and other Japanese unique monsters and ghosts, which of course immediately pulls me in. Are you kidding? This is the stuff of Japan I live for. Well, I mean, that and ninjas. You got one of my favorites, Nurikabe, a sentient wall said to block travelers from their path, Itan Momen, an inspirited flying bolt of claws said to strangle people to death, and then you've got Neko Musume, a tsundere half-human, half-bake neko who has a frustratingly passive-aggressive romantic attraction to Kitaro.
鬼太郎死んだって生きとるわい死んでないんだつまんない
Don't worry guys, this is as far into anime tropes as I've seen the show go.
And every week there's a new monster, ghost, or some other supernatural phenomena that Kitaro and his ever-growing list of rotating human support characters have to deal with. In the first episode of the 2018 anime, for example, they have to figure out why people keep turning into vampire plant life called Yuketsuki, basically trees that subsist on human blood rather than water.
Funny that, cause that monster is conceptually taken almost entirely from another yokai monster known as the Juboko. With the advent of Japan's Warring States period, much of the land was stained by the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers, and it was believed that the massive amount of blood shed by these soldiers transformed the local flora, thus creating trees that crave the taste of human blood. At a distance they look like any other tree, but once you notice the bone pile at its roots, it's too late. It punctures your body with its spiked branches and sucks the blood right out of your body.
But for as much as we would love to sit here and geek out about the sheer number of folklore-inspired monsters that inhabit this 60-year-old anime, there's something else about this series that I'm rapidly falling in love with and I think deserves a lot of attention. Kitaro's social commentary. In the very beginning of the episode, YouTube vlogger Logan Paul, Charatomi, is actively making an ass out of himself in the middle of the Shinjuku crossing when at the peak of his selfish idiocy he transforms into a gnarled redwood tree. And this isn't a fairy tale poof kind of transformation either, it's actually pretty horrifying. Now, I could just stop the episode right there and give it a standing ovation for Japan making a statement about internet morons that cause problems in their country. But the show went one step further. The surrounding people began taking pictures of the event not out of horror, but out of the sake of online attention. Some people texted the picture of the boy-turned-tree to friends with jeering commentary, such as, "A tree just appeared in the middle of Shibuya, lol." It's fast, but dozens of people get in on it. haphazard to joking responses to the pictures spread across screens, and all of these people sit cast in shadow until they too are horribly transformed into vampire trees. Even as they horribly mutate, rapid responses ranging from lol to are you okay pan across the screen faster than a human could comprehend. Now again, if that's all there was, I wouldn't have paid much mind to it. I would have written it off as a stab at Logan or any other shock-driven YouTuber, but commentary on modern tech and the culture that comes from it didn't end there either. The episode makes it a point for Meitama Oyaji, Kitaro's dad, to be amazed and point out the marvels of modern technology.
もう便利な時代になったもんじゃ。とにかく見て。
Wait, that voice, that's...
ほら、わざわざ足りた父見に人んち来ねえよ。
Never mind.
Yeah, I know, I don't know if I'm gonna get used to it either. Anyway, though nothing would have been lost if Mana just held up the phone and showed Oyaji the situation, the scene kinda held on to it. Heck, he's playing with the phone in the next cut. Finally, at the beginning of the third act of the episode, Oyaji starts talking about the quote, bad yokai that exist invisible to the human eye, and how they're drawn to the darkness in people's hearts. And the whole time he's explaining this, we get a brief montage of Charatomi basking in his incoherent fandom and people wildly laughing at their smartphones. This was too blatant to be a coincidence anymore. This was literally calling out the negative implications that stem from famelust and instant gratification of internet culture, particularly YouTube. I mean, the whole conflict of this episode was caused because an idiot YouTuber willing to do anything to get views broke the seal that kept the spirit responsible for turning people into trees at bay. And he wasn't some kind of evil double agent trying to free his master like in a lot of other kid shows. He literally did this for the views and adoration of his fans.
Yeah, on the topic of those vampire trees, is it just me or is it more than a little ironic that this self-absorbed YouTuber gets turned into a gnarled tree which begat a wild, untamed forest? Aokigahara, the suicide forest, may not be purely redwood, but its 14 miles of forest are some of the most wild and twisted in the world, looking pretty similar to the forest of people trees that sprout in the show.
That's what I mean. There's just a lot of striking symbolism in this episode that makes its commentary self-evident, but never becomes the focus. The true villain is a malicious yokai, Kitaro fights and defeats it, everyone returns back to normal. It's a pretty standard Monster of a Week setup. But unlike a lot of Monster of a Week series for kids that taught basic life lessons, Gegege no Kitaro is and always has been a social commentary mouthpiece for decades, though the intensity of it apparently fluctuated between the reboots. Besides the unsettling imagery the show gets away with from time to time and the lack of old-as-dirt modern anime tropes, this is what really has my attention with the series. Yes, for me it's absolutely fantastic that this long-running series revolves around one of my favorite folklore subjects from Japan, and I would absolutely love to make more videos on the individual yokai if time permits, but what I think could really make this show take off from a global level is what it has to say about the time. The world is getting a lot smaller, and despite Japan being the literal definition, no one country is a figurative island. Politics, technology, crisis, these are all things that affect all people of the world. The technology boom that the world's seen over the last 10 years has brought us a great deal of convenience, but also many times over has brought out the worst of us as people. That's something literally everyone on the planet can relate to. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one. I'll be real curious to see what they have to say about other issues moving forward.
Well, I mean, the next episode's out already. Why not have a look now?
I think I shall. Oh god, do we really have to bring in idol culture to the show like every other freaking anime? Alright, I had my fun, but thanks for watching everyone. And if you want to go check out Gegege no Kitaro for yourself, you can actually go see it on Crunchyroll through Verve. Made by the team at Crunchyroll, Verve is a streaming site that houses 12 great channels worth of content. Personally, I'm happy with just having Funimation and Crunchyroll to get my anime fix, but if that's not your thing, there's tons of other great shows like Bravest Warrior, Harmon Quest, and Last Man. But if you're like me and love you some anime, these guys have everything from Cowboy Bebop to My Hero Academia. And heck, premium members not only get ad-free access to these countless shows, but you can actually watch them offline using Verve's app for iOS and Android. So if that sounds like a pretty good deal, head on over to verve.co/gaijin or click the link in the description below to get a limited 30-day free trial of Verve Premium. Now I've had my own shows to binge, but what do you guys think I should check out? Let me know in the comments below. Cause you know, anime is something that I've only really scratched the surface on culturally with my videos, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to look into it a bit more.
It'd at least help with the gaming dry spell till summer.
True. So if you'd like to learn more about the world we live in through anime and gaming, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to never miss out on my newest videos. And until next time everyone, this is Gaijin Goombah, signing out.